Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with biology. In that, we are going to study about tissue. Yes, in tissue, we are going to study about plant and animal tissues. So, in the previous classes, we have studied about cell. So, what is a cell? So, cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Yes, already we have studied this about cell. So, the organism it is made up of a cell, or you can say a group of cells that are structurally and functionally similar and are specialized to perform a specific task that is called as tissue. Yes, so group of cells they form a tissue. So how we can define tissue? So you can see here, biological tissue, it is a collection of interconnected cells that perform a similar function within an organism. In other words, it is a group of cells working together mainly inside an organ. So we can see that there are specialized tissue together forming an organ. A collection of organs, they form the organ system. All these organ system they combine to form an organism. So tissue it is a collection of interconnected cells. They perform a similar function within an organism. Yes, within an organism we say. So here the particular tissues they are specialized tissue together forming an organ. So this collection of organs they form a organ system, and together this organ system they combine to form an organism. So tissue it is a group of cells. They are working together mainly inside an organ. So in this chapter we'll discuss about the tissues in detail. So tissues are present only in multicellular organism. Yes, already we have studied in our previous classes about multicellular organism as well as unicellular organism. Multicellular organisms, yes, the organisms which are made up of many cells, more than one cells. And what are unicellular organisms? Uni means single celled organism. So tissues they are present only in multicellular organisms and they are absent in unicellular organisms. So in unicellular organisms like amoeba you take, yes, amoeba you all know very well, amoeba it keeps on changing its shape. So amoeba it is a single cell, it is capable of performing all the functions. But in multicellular you can see there are different systems. For example, you take respiration, nutrition, blood circulation, excretion. But in unicellular only a single cell perform all the functions. So both the plants and animals they have different types of tissues. So let us study about them separately. So there is plant tissue and animal tissue. So first of all we'll go with the plant tissue. So here in the table you can see the classification of plant tissue. So plant tissue it is divided into meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Further, meristematic tissue is classified into apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. Permanent tissue is divided into simple and second that is complex vascular. Further, simple it is divided into dermal and ground tissue, and next complex it is divided into xylem and phloem tissues which are called as vascular tissues. Ground tissue again it is divided into parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Yes, so what are these plant tissues? So plant tissue contain three major groups. Yes, that is major organ groups, that is roots, stems and leaves. These organs owing to the levels of organization are composed of different tissues as we are seeing here, meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Again permanent tissue it is classified into simple and complex. Meristematic tissue it is again classified into apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. So all these tissue they work together towards achieving a common goal you can say for the growth and development of plant according to the structure and function. So this plant tissue as we have seen they have been characterized between meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. So we are studying about plant tissue. Later on we'll talk about the animal tissue. So let us see in plant tissue, yes, what is this meristematic tissue, how it is helping the particular plant. Yes, what is the representation of this meristematic tissue. So you can see here meristematic tissue. The word meristematic, it is derived from Greek word that is meristos, that means divisible. They can be easily divisible. So the meristematic tissue, they undergo continuously for the division, that is rapidly you can say, and repeatedly to form new cells. So you can see the nucleus at the center, yes, around that the cytoplasm. So this meristematic, yes, tissues, they undergo continuous division rapidly and repeatedly to form what? New cells. The new cells thus formed are small box-like structures. They contain large number of tiny vacuoles and a large nucleus. Sometimes these vacuoles may be absent. Okay, so these tissues are responsible for the growth of the plant. Yes, so this meristematic tissue, it is responsible for the growth of the plant. So in plant tissue, we have started about the meristematic tissue. Yes, so what are this meristematic tissue? As I said, the word meristematic, it is derived from the Greek word that is meristos, that means divisible. They can be divided further. The meristematic tissue, it helps in the growth of the plant. It undergoes continuous division, that is rapidly and repeatedly to form new cells. So these new cells you can see here, they are small box-like structures. They contain a large number of tiny vacuoles. Yes, and large nucleus you can see here. Yes, this is a representation of meristematic tissue. So what are the characters of this meristematic tissue? So one by one we'll see the characters of meristematic tissue. The first one, they are made up of immature cells. Yes, what is the first characteristic? They are made up of immature cells. And second, they are made up of actively dividing cells. They are made up of actively dividing cells. There are no intercellular spaces between the cell. So there are no intercellular spaces between the cells. So first character, they are made up of immature cells. Secondly, they are made up of actively dividing cells. Third, there is no intercellular space between the cells. And mainly they are oval or round in shape. They are always living and thin walled. Yes, they are always living and thin walled. They are rich in cytoplasm. You can see here in the diagram. Yes, cytoplasm. So these cells, they are rich in cytoplasm. They have large nucleus. So these are the characteristics of meristematic tissue. So first one, they are made up of immature cells. They are made up of actively dividing cells. Yes, so they go on actively dividing the cells. As the word you can see, meristematic means divisible. They can be divided. You don't find here intercellular spaces between the cells. You can see here. Yes, the cells have been compact. There is no any intercellular space between the cells. And mainly these cells are oval or round shape. They are mainly oval or round in shape. They are always living and they have thin wall. And cytoplasm, you can see they are rich in cytoplasm and they have large nucleus. So these are the characteristics of meristematic tissue. So in plant tissue, we have started with the first one, meristematic tissue. So on the basis of the position or location of the meristematic tissue, they are further again classified into, yes, apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. So what are the types of meristematic tissue? Yes, seeing the particular on the basis of the position or location of the meristematic tissue, they are further classified into apical. Yes, at the apex you can see the apical meristem. At the center, yes, just below the apical meristem, you can see the intercalary meristem, and the next one, that is lateral meristem. So these have been divided into what? Yes, on the basis it has been, yes, basis, that is position or location of the particular meristematic tissue, they are classified. So these are the types of meristematic tissue. So first one, we'll see what is this apical meristem. So where it is located, you can see in the picture apical meristem. Yes, it is located at, or you can see near the tip of roots, yes, and shoots. So apical meristem, it is located at or near the tip of the roots and shoots. Apical meristem, what it has been responsible, is how it is working. So apical meristem is responsible for the vertical growth of the plants. So as the plants are growing in height, taller you can say, so it helps in the vertical growth of the plant, and those are called as the primary growth. Yes, you can see the heighted plants, the height of the plants which increases when the apical meristem produce new cells. Yes, how the plants are growing into height, how the height is increasing, it is due to the apical meristem. So when the apical meristem produces new cells, so the height of the particular plant goes on increasing. So in the types of meristematic tissue, we have seen the first one, that is apical meristem. So in apical meristem, so where it has been exactly located, so it is located at on, yes, at or near the tip of the roots and shoots. Yes, so you can see here at the particular tip. Yes, so this apical meristem, for what it has been responsible, it helps, yes, here the particular, the cells start divide and the height of the plant, yes, it increases. So what is the function of the apical meristems? Yes, it helps, it is responsible for the vertical growth of the plant. Yes, when this apical meristem produces new cells, so it helps in the height of the plant. Next, you can see in the picture the lateral meristem. So where it has been located, it is located on the lateral side of the stem. So how this lateral meristem it is helping? It helps in the plant grow horizontally, that is increasing in its diameter. Vertical in height, yes, the apical meristem helps, and the lateral meristem, it helps in, yes, increasing its diameter. So this growth is called the secondary growth. So lateral meristem, you can see the location, it is at the lateral side of the stem. So lateral meristem, it helps in what? It helps for the plant to grow horizontally, means in the diameter, increasing its diameter. So this growth is called as secondary growth. You can see the vascular cambium and cork cambium. These are two types of lateral meristem. So what is this vascular cambium? It accounts for the production of cells and tissues that increase the thickness. Yes, at the center you can see of the stem of the plant, the girth of the plant. The cork cambium produces the outer bark. Yes, so as I am saying, increasing in its diameter. Yes, so at the girth you can see of the particular stem. So vascular cambium, yes, cambium as well as cork cambium. These are the two types of lateral meristem. Which are the two types of lateral meristem? Yes, cork cambium and vascular cambium. So how the vascular cambium is helping? It accounts for the production of the cells to increase the thickness, production of cell as well as tissues to increase the thickness, or you can say girth of the particular plant. The cork cambium, how it helps? It produces the outer bark. So this is the second type of meristem, that is lateral meristem. Now let us see intercalary meristem. So you can see the intercalary meristem, mostly the location is near the nodes and the leaf basis of the monocot plant. Yes, in the previous classes you have studied about monocot, dicot, mono, yes, one cotyledon plant. So you can see this intercalary meristem near the nodes and the leaf basis of the monocot plants. So how this intercalary meristem is helping? They actively produce new cells. So they will increase the length of the plant. It is responsible for the regrowth of cut grass. So intercalary meristem, they are located near the nodes and the leaf bases of the monocot plant. So how it is helping? They actively start producing the new cells and thus they increase the length of the plant. You can see the length, slowly the plant starts to grow. So in the length it is increasing. So it is also responsible for the regrowth of cut grass. Yes, so the third one we studied about the intercalary meristem. So let us see, yes, once more the types of meristematic tissue. The first meristematic tissue, it is, yes, apical meristem. So how these meristematic tissues are being, yes, classified is on the basis of their position or location. So the first one, as I said, meristematic is in meristematic tissue, the first, that is apical meristem. So it is located where? It is located at or near the tip of the roots in the and the shoots. You can see in the picture. Yes. So this apical meristem, it is responsible for what? For the vertical growth of the plant, also called the primary growth. So it helps in the vertical growth. The height of a plant increases when apical meristem produces new cells. So when the particular plant starts, yes, growing in height, when the particular apical meristem produces new cells. Next type we studied about the lateral meristem. You can see. So lateral meristem, the location, yes, you can see in the lateral side of the stem. You can see the thickness of the stem, the growth at the center, it is increasing. So it is due to the lateral meristem. It helps in the plant growth horizontally, increasing its diameter. So this growth is called as the secondary growth. So here we can find two types of lateral meristem, that is vascular cambium and cork cambium. These are the two types of lateral meristem. So the vascular cambium, it accounts for the production of cells and tissues that increase the thickness or girth of the plant. The cork cambium, it produces the outer bark. Then we studied about the intercalary meristem. So where the intercalary meristem it is located? It is located near the nodes and the leaf bases of the monocot plant. So any monocot plant you see, it has been located near the nodes that and the leaf bases of the monocot plant. The intercalary meristem actively produces new cells. As I said, it helps in increasing the length of the plant. It is responsible for the regrowth of cut grass. So these are the types of meristematic tissue. So just we'll see once more. Yes, in tissues we studied about the plant tissue. So what is in tissue? Yes, it is the group of cells performing specific function. Yes, they are intercalary cells that perform a similar function within an organism. So there are two types of tissues, plant tissue, animal tissue. So first we are starting with the plant tissue. So in plant tissue we studied about the meristematic tissue. Yes, later on we will see with the permanent tissue. So in meristematic tissue we studied the apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. Yes, in meristematic tissue We studied about the characteristics, yes, how it is helping, as it is, yes, the word meristematic, it is derived from the Greek word called as meristos, that means divisible. So meristematic tissue, what happens? It undergoes continuous division. It helps, it produces new cells. You can find the nucleus at the center. It is rich in cytoplasm. Yes, sometimes the vacuoles may be absent. These tissues are responsible for what? For the growth of the plants. Next, we studied about the characteristics of meristematic tissue. They are made up of, yes, immature cells. They are made up of actively dividing cells. Yes, they are actively dividing. They are helping the growth of the plant. There are no intercellular spaces between the cells. You can see here they're tightly connected. We don't find any spaces. They are mainly oval or round in shape. They are always living and thin walled. They are rich in cytoplasm, as you can see in the picture, and they have large nucleus. Yes, further we studied about the meristematic tissue, which is divided into, yes, which can be classified into apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Yes, students. So up to here I'll stop it today. And if you all have any doubts, yes, during online, yes, that is during offline class, you can clear the doubts. Okay, if you have any doubts, just message it, and once more again we'll revise it during our offline class. Okay, thank you.